What's up, everybody? This is Kobe from AMR IT Solutions. Today I wanted to talk about Plex and some of the issues that they had a few days ago. If you don't know what Plex is, it is I'll just read some of the description here. Stream free live TV on Plex. Not only can you get live TV from Plex, you also have the ability to share your own media or have your own media. Basically, Plex is used for a bunch of different things. Some people will have a separated box on their network that allows them to stream live TV, and you can stream that through Plex, and then you can also record it and then play it back. They have a bunch of free movies and TV shows on Plex. If you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend you check it out. It's one of those things that you can do to possibly supplement some of your cable television stuff that you're watching. A lot of people call it cutting the cord, getting rid of their cable TV and going with other means of getting content like Netflix or Hulu or whatnot. If you'd like to know more about it, you can go to plex.tv and basically just check out their site. But what I wanted to kind of talk about today is the vulnerability that they had about a week or so ago. They were hit with, or people were getting hit with DDoS attacks. If you don't know what DDoS attacks are, they're a denial of service attack. It's basically where an individual or individuals flood a certain server IP address with, basically they flood it with enough information to try and knock it off a line. In this situation with Plex, they were saying that certain people were being affected that had Plex servers were getting hit with the DDoS attacks. Let's see here what they say in the article. It says, to clarify certain details, Plex said that the exploit would not have allowed attackers to access any private data or make changes to the accounts of its users. Instead, the flaw could have caused an affected server to reflect UDP packets as a way to amplify a DDoS attack against another server or network on the internet. Plex also took issue with certain claims made by NetScout in its report. A Plex spokesman told Tech Republic that the report was correct in saying that Plex media server accessible over the public internet through UDP on port 32414 could be used to reflect traffic and amplify a DDoS attack. However, the report's assertion that the Plex media server will open up access to UDP on port 32414 was incorrect, according to the spokesperson. Basically, I think where a lot of the issues people were having is that if you had a fairly good router with with a good firewall, you were probably not experiencing a lot of this. Some firewalls that you get from your ISP would have had some of these ports opened up by default, and therefore you could have been more susceptible. Let's see here. Here it says in quotes, if a Plex media server user chooses to enable remote access, so basically being able to access your Plex server from outside of your network. So say you're at like a coffee shop and you're trying to remote in or watch the content on your Plex server that's at your home or in your office or whatnot. Plex Media Server will attempt to use UPnP, and UPnP basically is kind of what I was talking about with some of these. I don't want to say cheaper routers, but lower security routers that have UPnP enabled by default. A lot of the ISP routers will be that way. Some other routers that you get, maybe higher price routers or better configured for security, will have that turned off. And what we recommend is that you check your settings in your router, and if UPnP is on, you need to disable that. It's not only this that can be exploited like through Plex, but a lot of other things. Some people will have this open for certain things to work on gaming consoles and whatnot. It's just really not good to have that open if you can help it. If you could at all help it, basically turn it off. Use of UPnP to open access to TCP on port 32,400. So basically that's the, I think, default port that Plex uses in order for you to be able to watch content off of your network or when you're not in your office or at home. Basically, to be more secure, it would be better to use like a VPN, a virtual private network, in order to access your Plex if you're outside of your home or office network. So basically, instead of using this kind of port forwarding for 32,400, it would be better for you to use a VPN. So you have a secure tunnel between you and where your Plex server is, and then you can go in through this port, and it's much more secure. It's not wide open. So, says at this point around 3,700 abusable Plex servers are now observable on the internet, according to NetScout. Further, Modi said that the NetScout found 5,500 separate DDoS attacks involving this exploit, leveraging around 15,500 separate Plex servers. So, yeah, I guess the moral of the story is that if you don't know how to harden your firewall settings on your router, then you need to get with someone, pay someone if you need to, go through a company and have them basically look at your network and see if there's vulnerabilities on there. Definitely if you have a Plex server, I would recommend that you do the hotfix patch that's out. Let's see. It says it was released last Friday, and today's date is February 15th. So basically they updated it on Saturday. Plex said that it had issued a hotfix 66 for Plex Media Server to address the flaw in its product. And I believe there's a version update here. The fix is available in Plex Media Server version 1.21.3.4014 or newer. And then it's basically is saying, basically update your Plex server to the most stable, newest version, and you should not have any issues with these DDoS attacks. So, anyways, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, you can reach us on our website at amoreitsolutions.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We also have a Patreon page, and we are also on LinkedIn and YouTube. So, anyways, hope you guys are having a great start to your week, and we will see you on the next video.